Voilà, c'est reparti. Ah les gars. Ah, j'aurais dû dormir. Ouais, hop. Tant pis. Oh ben un coup. On devait faire quoi? Ah putain, faut que j'aille sur mon terminal. Ah bah... Va niquer. Du coup j'ai elle. Je crois qu'elle faisait semblant de rigoler. J'entendais ah ah. Je suis sûr qu'elle va faire ah ah. Ah ah. C'est marrant. For Windows. Donc. Parce que si on se casse pas la gueule, on descend convenablement. Et j'avais même pas eu le temps de tout visiter, c'est vrai. En fait, je suis où sur mes... Oh putain, chaîne. Jusqu'à 25% positif? Avec toutes les missions que j'ai fait là-bas?
Smells like rat in here. Oh, it does work.
Ooh, you're the new face. Wow, you must be up on all the latest tossball games. So who do you
Oh,
follow?
j'aurais dû emmener
Wait,
Félix.
don't tell me. You look like a Hammersmith Thunder fan. No, Glacial H. Mammoths. Aren't they just? When I get to worrying about the marauders outside, the raptidons chewing at the walls, I just turn my transceiver up to drown it all out. Most of the time it's static on account of the frequency being clogged up, but sometimes it's tossball. So, what can I do for you? Poor Isaac. I was wondering why I hadn't seen him in a few days. I'd really like to help. Isaac was a sweet fellow, even if he did have terrible teeth. Right. So the thing with Isaac is he didn't know where to stop. He'd get stuck on something, and he just couldn't let it go. Sometimes he'd drink Purpleberry Punch by the liter. Other times he'd keep betting on a losing team. Started owing the wrong people money. I don't know for sure, but I saw Elijah and his buddies pushing Isaac around. They're hooligans from Fallbrook. They sweep into town, drop supplies off behind the warehouse, and spend the rest of their stay getting rowdy over tossball games. They usually loiter in the alley behind the yacht club. They're not allowed in the bar anymore. I bet you anything Isaac ran into trouble with one of them. Mr. Sanjar will be pleased to hear about it when you're done. I know he gets fed up with the Fallbrook bullies, but there's not much he can do.
Ok, allons-y, allons-y. Allons-y tranquillement. Je sais même plus ce que j'ai visité. Ça, je suis pas encore là-dedans. Pourtant, la ville, elle est pas très grande. Et je sais déjà plus ce que j'ai visité.
I wonder sometimes what they're doing on other colonies. Think they're watching the same serials, following the same tossball games? You're not listening to a word, are you?
Miss Ellie, Dr. Gentile. I noticed your pistol's been making a funny noise.
What are you talking about? I oil it every night.
Well, look here. Your slide's not recorded.
Hey, what are you doing here? This is our secret alley. Berta already pissed by those crates to market. Listen, that purple-toothed twerp had it coming. Not that anyone has proof. And not that it's any of your business.
Oh merde. J'ai pas d'intimidation. Aïe. Très mauvaise idée. C'est vrai que je suis sensible au corps à corps. Avec tous les défauts que j'ai cumulés. C'est la merde. Bon bah ouais, on recommence tout. Bon bah Ellie, on va t'enlever un peu. Je vais prendre Sam, j'aurai un peu plus d'intimidation. Ouais.
Smells like rat. Oh, it does work. I bought some musk from Sebastian.
Ooh!
J'ai plus le mensonge.
Here to catch a game. What can...
Ça c'est le truc du chef ça.
Reminder, unit modifications performed by unauthorized technicians are not authorized by the parent company.
Oh, don't be such a stick in the mud. Doesn't it feel better?
Hey, what are you doing here?
Alors... Bah, attends, pourquoi j'ai pu les propositions... Pourquoi j'ai plus les propositions là, con?
Listen.
Attends, ah si j'ai, putain je suis con.
Oh yeah? What are you saying exactly? Wow. Most of the pencil pushers around here cave as soon as you look at them, buddy. Fine, we're going. This ain't work.
Voilà, c'est beaucoup mieux, voilà.
Could I get another
T'avais
chance,
parlé
Mr.
toi?
Nandi?
Just make sure it's properly logged. Well, new business turns up at last. Celia, didn't I tell you our new statistics-based advertising model would be a hit?
That you did, sir.
How can yield improvements of 26.7% not quicken the pulse? How can 32% cost savings not moisten the loins?
You've often posed these very questions.
Clear my schedule. This newcomer has a meeting with me. Celia, will you make a note of that for my self-review? Very generous.
Noted.
But not so generous I can't drive a good bargain. Now, who sent you? Rizzo's, perhaps? Or Auntie Cleo herself? Hiram? Why, he's probably still out at Devil's Peak. Not that he's had the courtesy to notify me, at any rate. But if you're here for him, I suppose that means you aren't here for Saltuna. Yes, that's it. Channel your anger. I only wish I could do the same.
Seems like you're having a rough time, Mr. Sanjar. Are you doing quite all right?
Oh, don't worry on my account. This is merely the latest in a long line of professional erotic and athletic disappointments. I had hoped that livening up our advertisements with enticing figures would draw the other corporations back to our bosom, but
Attends, je teste un
it
truc.
seems we're back to the drawing board.
Ouais, c'est bon. Des fois j'ai dit que c'est bien. C'est avec le micro du PC ou le micro à moi.
Thanks to the so-called hazard clause, Monarch has been cut off for the board's resources and protection for 10 years now. Now, we've kept ourselves in business by trading with individual corporations, but given the off-the-books nature of those transactions, such arrangements are precarious. Yes, freedom is a tempting ideal, but a rather costly paramour.
Indeed. Mr. Nandi here has a rather ingenious plan to get MSI restored to the board.
On our terms, mind you.
But will that help the people here, Mr. Sanjar? Keep them fed and safe?
That's precisely what I'm trying to do.
And if our advertising scheme hasn't borne fruit, then perhaps it's time we took matters into our own hands.
It's true, our Celia is an alarmingly competent middle manager. At any other company, she'd be wasted in data entry. The plan she refers to is a two-pronged approach, and the first part involves seeing Stellar Bay properly defended. With a Bolt 52 cartridge, of course. If If you can get us what we need to rejoin the board, starting the Bolt 52, we'll be able to become one of the most productive and secure cities in Halcyon.
And you'll have a powerful ally on the board.
Why, one of the strongest defenses in Halcyon. An extremely powerful ordinance.
Merde. Je suis pas assez intelligent, vous foutez de ma gueule.
I'll need to gather some supplemental materials, but I mustn't get ahead of myself.
You do tend to do that.
The Bolt 52 will be in the old arms building southwest of town, which used to be part of Stellar Bay before we had to move our walls in. And these days, it's overrun with marauders and raptidons. Do be careful. I've lost more than a few people to marauders and raptidons out there. Oh, and while you're at it, there should be a terminal in the arms building with some dangerous information. Perhaps you could delete it so it doesn't fall into the wrong hands. But that's terrible. What happened?
J'étais là pour ça à la base.
I'm glad to hear you've dealt with them. They've been causing quite a bit of trouble around town. I've been consumed with other matters of late, but I would have dealt with them eventually. Of course I would have. Still, your intervention in the matter is much appreciated.
Stop.
Please consider this payment for your services. I see. And was his delivery of the MSI authorized greeting up to snuff? Well, that's excellent. I'll see that your feedback makes it into his review. What else can I do for you?
Bon.
Greetings, and welcome to Monarch Stealth. What can I... You know, sending you is the first bright idea I've seen from that man, because I told him to stop bothering me about it a week ago. I still don't know anything about it, but if you want to help him, Velma's the one to ask. She's in the warehouse. But I'll warn you, Grimm wore her patience thin a long time ago.
Or is he not paying you on account of how he tried to fix the thing his own self and busted it even worse, and then said you wasn't fixing it fast enough, so he's docking your wages again?
C'est parti au couille.
Not that I got any prior experience with such.
Not at all. Mr. Nandi treats us all right and pays us well. I just spent most of my paycheck on Raptidon acid. Laws, no. Sometimes it's canid teeth, or mantis worm wings. Whatever Sebastian has in stock, really. So I can talk to him, of course. He doesn't get going about much else.
I reckon she's got a little bit of a squish on this fella.
He's sort of the strong, silent type. Unfortunately, my apartment's kind of filling up with his stuff, and some of the neighbors are complaining about the smell. Would you? I'd appreciate that so much. Maybe don't tell him I wanted you to ask. Just that you met this really nice lady named Celia, and she seemed... Oh, Mr. Nandi's doing that thing where he breathes through his nose real slowly. I'd better get back to work. He doesn't talk much, but he's got this quiet intensity, you know? Like there's stuff going on inside his head that you have no idea about. Plus, he's got great legs. It's hard to find a man who doesn't skimp on lower body exercises.
Bon, ouais. Il kiffe les mecs. Et voilà. Alors, journal. Supernova, étiquette de faction. Ah oui, c'est vrai, histoire de petits gâteaux à la con. Eh mais attends. Et cuisiner, il me fallait pas de l'intimidation.
Error. Unable to process the specific customer service request. Please
Putain, je suis déjà dépendant à la drogue, sérieux. Putain, ah, ça me pétait les couilles cette histoire de drogue.
I see you stuck around.
Voilà.
What? No, Captain, I don't want you to do it this way.
It's all right, miss. I'm a coward at heart. Made that clear from the outset. Look, Captain, this is the best I can do, putting myself out of business. I'm mighty glad you reckon so. This is gonna take about an hour in the oven. Nothing I can do to speed it. That's just how cooking works. There we are. Now, if you don't
Génial.
mind, I really need to take a leak.
My belly's gurgling just to smell it, Mr. Raymond. Thank you so much.
A pleasure to
C'est vrai
have
que pour un
such a
coup,
charming young
3000,
lady.
même 2000 là maintenant.
You're a gentle soul, miss. Be careful with this one, all right? She's kind of a brute.
Gosh, my tongue's rumbling just smelling that casserole.
Look, I don't... Oh, sorry. For a second, I thought... Wouldn't mind smelling like salt peanut if we could sell more of it.
Si, rentrez. On va revoler. Et que dalle là-dedans. Ah, c'est la chance. Ah putain, on a l'entrepôt. Trop de monde pour voler là.
Hey, Velma, I got your cathanoid pills.
Look, you can tell Catherine the new shipment will be ready when it's ready, all right? She's welcome to come up here and pack boxes herself if she's in such a hurry.
J'arrive à un point, je rêve même plus de claquer un mensonge.
Well, if you're that friendly about it, then you definitely aren't one of Catherine's sublets.
Oh, ça reste à voir.
I hope you can forgive my temper. This job has been running me ragged lately. First, my autoloader foreman stages a walkout, and now my chief pescatological health manager is missing. Braxton. He's in charge of getting the fish fat, but also making sure they don't get too many tumors. He's a real wizard with pharmaceuticals, but he has creative notions of working hours. Comes with living in a free colony, I guess. I can't keep working double shifts either. Since you don't seem to be constrained yourself, maybe you could check up on him. He lives in the apartments. Tell him Velma said to get his lazy ass down here, or she might start noticing those extra jugs he's been taking from supply. Something else on your mind? This again? I swear, this is the last time I contract for any special requests. You can tell Grimm his poster came in. You can also tell him I got a better offer for it. So now it's going to Nell. That about cover it? She runs the betting parlor across the way.
Oh
Nice
putain,
professional
faut
little
le
gig.
revoir l'autre barman.
She asked me about the poster once. Just once. Made a real generous offer, too. Damn right it is. It's staying locked up in my office until Nell shows with her money. No. I paid Sublight for it. So, it's mine. And when Nell pays me for it, it'll be hers. Grimm may have asked for the poster, but it's not his until I take his money. Sure can. If you want to pay me more than Nell's offering. I got a feeling you and Catherine would get on like tumors on a pig. Take the poster then. And if I never hear another word about it, it'll be too soon. Caleb Herrick runs the autoloader operators. He thinks I don't pay them enough for flipping switches and turning dials.
So the job's easy, but you're not doing it? Something smells here. I mean, everything smells in here, but something's fishy. Wait.
He and his whole crew walked out. Say they won't come back unless I pay them more. You mind slapping him around a little while you're at it? I'm joking. Mostly. Unless you can do it without hurting his job performance. If you can find a way to get him back to work...
J'ai l'impression que t'as beaucoup de missions pour moi, toi.
Check the yacht club. He's usually there. Stealing's such a nasty word. Let's call it skimming. And yeah, let's just say I've noticed the stereobiotics we use for the fish would get used a little faster on Braxton's shifts. We're not like those corporate towns where you get fined for sleeping on the wrong side of the bed. Besides, the Spacer's Choice stuff we use is cheap enough. And Braxton knows how to get the Saltina, fat and mostly tumor-free. Sublight boss out of Fallbrook. Handles most goods that come in or out of Stellar Bay. Has a mouth like a ground six spacer.
Bon. Ouais, carrément un Porsche, j'avais pas fait gaffe. Attends, on est toujours sur le poster. Ah d'accord, oui. C'est vrai que maintenant je peux savoir ce qu'il y a dans les coffres.
Have you had time to check on that poster yet? I keep wondering if it's come in. Would you look at that? The Rizzo's logo is nice and bright, and you can still smell the ink on Mr. Holcomb's signature. I can't thank you enough. Still, you can have the bits I was gonna spend at the bar this week. And you know what? Take my old tossball blocker too. Never get the chance to use it these days.
C'est même pas une arme unique. Bon. L'appartement de Braxton. Putain, je vais encore level up juste en parlant avec des gens.
Whoops, hold on there, Sam. You got some schmutz on your chassis.
Did your Sam unit get dirty on the job? Simply initiate Sam's self-cleaning mode. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Ooh, nuh-uh. You keep that nozzle to your own self.
You startled me. Don't sneak up on a person like that, huh? Braxton. I've never even heard of a Braxton. Got nothing for you, sorry. Oh, in that case, he told me he was delivering to this house in the ruins south of town. My family had fallen sick and he
Génial.
had some meds on hand. So maybe look for him there?
Ah oui, c'est vrai qu'il y a un gosse à aller chercher.
I hope he's okay. We should hurry, Captain.
Attends, j'ai déjà soif.
New face, huh? You from off-world? A ship captain? Well, I'll be. Here, let me buy you a drink. Consider it an MSI welcome. Why don't you grab a chair? Sit a spell and revel with us.
By the smell, he's been reveling enough for you both already.
Sure thing. What did you want to discuss? Nope. I'm calling her bluff. If she wants to threaten us, we'll see how she likes it when Sandra finds out she gave Sublight even more dominion in Stellar Bay. Not forever, but we've each saved up our bits, and I stashed them safe in my home by the diner. I reckon we could last a week or two at least. If I knew that, I'd have tried it. Talking reasonably got me nowhere. Maybe you'll fare better. The others wanted to blackmail her, but we're above that. Besides, them are just rumors. Me and my friends have taken our destiny into our own hands. We're untethered, free of responsibility and worldly cares. Well, as long as we don't run out of bits. But until the Rizzo's gone, we're riding high. See, we just walked out on our work. Had enough, we did. But now we're striking. It ain't any one thing but the sum of it all, having to work longer shifts for less bits. And the wages we do earn don't cover as much as they used to. Our supervisor Velma goes on and on about quarterly profits and meeting quotas. But that ain't what Sanjar promised us. Velma refuses to negotiate, so we're refusing to work. We won't go back until she agrees to pay us fair and proper. Us on Monarch. We're free from the board, you know? We have the right to lobby for better hours and pay.
Alors, apparemment, j'aurais deux solutions. Trouver son putain d'argent. ou négocier.
What about that, Sam?
Non, non.
You won't find a more highly effective nor highly efficient automechanical
Ou plutôt juste trouver son argent à la con.
noxious contaminants on Halcyon's market. Sam units are reliably.
Well, well. The only new folk I ever see in town are sublight runners from Fallbrook. But you don't look
Ah,
like
si,
one of
je vais
Catherine's.
travailler pour Catherine.
What can I get you? If you don't see it,
Alors. Ah. Ah. Et merde. On va y arriver, on va y arriver, on va y arriver. Si je me coince pas, évidemment. Yes. Yes. Je pouvais juste grimper dans cette maison en fait. C'est du vol. Tu m'étonnes. On va commencer mon petit dialogue parce que je commence à me faire baiser dans les dialogues moi. Putain, tout ce que je fais en paranoïa quoi.
Why don't you grab a chair? Sit. Sure. What? Something happened to our stashed bit carts? But I hid it so careful. No one saw me put the lockbox on my balcony. No one goes up there but me. We must be dealing with some sort of criminal mastermind. Well, if we can't afford to skip work, we ain't got no leverage. Space me, but good. I guess you ought to tell Velma we're coming back to work.
Ah putain mais point d'avantage je les avais pas mis. Alors. Ah. Ça.
I hear there's rich people in town and pay a handsome some bit for wrapped musk.
I'd give you a friendlier welcome, but I'm up to my elbows in salt tuna guts.
Gosh, this old girl's in a rough way. Even old Bess in Edgewater was in better shape than this.
Hey, you want to try running a cannery with obsolete machinery? You be my guest.
Sorry, ma'am. I wasn't trying to be rude. It's just, your flanging apparatus isn't making a strong flange, so your sealer isn't sealing right, and...
Oh. I see what you're saying. Huh. I'll have to try that. Anyway, what do you folks need? You knocked any sense into him yet? Funny how that works out. Thanks for your help. You've gotten me out of a tight spot here. Take this for your efforts. Honest work deserves honest pay. Something else on your mind?
Alors, sur le truc... Maintenant, Braxton. Ah mais attends, faut que je sorte. Il faut que je sorte. Ouais. Oh putain, oui c'est ça. Voilà. Putain, je vais rester 1 heure à parler dans cette ville. Et je vais encore monter de niveau si ça continue.
Hello, stranger. Can I interest you in a raptidon tongue? Or maybe some canid toenails? You look like a woman who's looking for some mostly fresh animal parts. Oh, good. You... Huh. I haven't seen her in a few days, but I've been meaning to ask her how that raptidon acid is working out. I hope it's working okay, because no one else really seems interested in this stuff. Nice of you to say. I like her too. Wait, I see what's going on. She put you up to this so she could get a discount, hmm?
Oh, no, that's not it at all. She's smitten with you. You smited her. Smote? Smoot?
Don't get me wrong. I'd like to give her a discount. She's a real fine lady. Always talks nice and slow, so I understand. But if I give her one, I won't hardly make a bit. On
Non
account
mais
of
il est
no
con
one
lui.
else having any use for raptidon tongues. You sound pretty sure. And she is awful nice.
Give her a chance. Give yourself a chance. Take her someplace nice.
Okay, I'll do it. Once her shift ends, we'll go someplace nice. Maybe to Chef Raymond's.
That's the spirit, Sebastian. Be yourself. Between you and me, Captain, I'm not sure Miss Celia knows him too well, but we can hope, right? I want them to be happy.
Oh bah c'était juste en face, tiens.
Have you talked to Sebastian yet? Okay, but how did he say it? Did he sound excited? Or like he was just agreeing to it? Was he like, yay, a date with Celia. I've secretly been waiting for this. Or was it more, sure, I don't have anything else going on. Oh, I will. Now I've just got to figure out which jumpsuit I'm wearing and how I'm fixing my hair. Or maybe I should go with a casual look? Ah, look at me going on. I'm sure you've got other things to do, and Mr. Nandi's giving me that back-to-work look. Anyhow, thank you.
Bon, est-ce que j'ai tout fouillé maintenant? En fait, j'ai l'air d'avoir déjà fait le tour en fait. Sauf là, que ça me parle pas du tout. Y a pas de mec pour des primes et tout? Ouais, non, mais j'ai l'air d'avoir fait le tour de ce qui est intéressant.
I wonder sometimes what they're doing on
Alors. Commencer par ça.
Grease stains detected traveling on an organic substance in the immediate
Ah,
vicinity.
I just washed these coveralls last week. They're still spick and span.
Preparing.
un seule chance. Blue Day Revenge Armoring instead. Aide plutôt. Alors, commencez. On n'aura jamais fini le jeu. Hein.
Smells like those old Sundays when we'd unload sell tuna shipments at the cannery.
Deploying order neutral.
Here we go!
Je vous ai réglé comment encore? C'est bien ce que je pensais, elle est en train de attendre que je lui dise quoi faire.
This area has been sanitized.
Ça va en faire des lieux à visiter, putain, encore. Quand je viens de fouiller ici. Ah, une église du vicaire. On dirait presque Vénus.
126 messages.
Vénus dans des Destiny. Ah putain, je t'avais pas vu toi. Et si ça a l'air facile à tuer les monstres. Enfin, ça a pas l'air galère.
Customer, all germs and contaminants have been neutralized.
Carrément une transition pour entrer là-dedans. Bon, c'est pas plus loin, au moins ça save. Oh, un dada. Un jeu du cheval. Je sais plus c'est quoi le vrai nom. Quand j'étais gosse, on appelait ça le dada.
A visitor? What an unexpected surprise! Please, come in. Come in. I'm afraid we don't get many visitors out here. The Raptidons and Marauders scare off all but the boldest. And if you've braved them, you must be exhausted. Why don't you stay for dinner?
Ouais.
I'm sure I would remember something like that. Now, quit fretting yourself about that. Make yourself at home. Dinner's almost ready.
Ouais.
Oh, hello there. Sorry, I'm not real good with, It just gets hard to remember things. I recall moments, feelings, but they...
I felt like that after my dad passed. Walked around in a haze for weeks. I'm sorry you're feeling that way too.
Other times it's like there's fog. That's nice of you. I usually feel better after I eat. Mama said dinner's almost ready, huh?
What a pleasant surprise. And just when I was beginning to fear we'd seen the last of good company for a spell. Yet the Eternal provides, does it not? The Eternal does not desire that we huddle and hide, crowded in by walls. We all share the spark of the divine, and we were made to spread it across the stars. Out here, we are free. And even apart from society, the universe provides for us, as your being here proves. That they do. Though it's up to us to make the most of those opportunities, wouldn't you say? Look at me, prattling on as if this gravy is going to cook itself. Why don't you run along until we are ready for dinner? Oh, hi there. Did you come to bring us more of those rocket candies? That's wonderful. There was this other man who used to bring them. Not anymore, though. I don't know. I'm not really supposed to talk to strangers. Mama and Papa said he came from the city. When we got sick one time, he brought those candies to make us well again. And they worked. Now we feel better than ever. Mama says they're a gift from the Eternal. He said they were making us sick. Mom and Papa got real mad at him for that. They went to have a talk with him. Afterwards, they said he wasn't coming back again.
We wouldn't want to intrude.
Hey, what are you doing in my room? Liar! You're trying to steal the last of my rocket candies, aren't you? The ones that come in a bottle with a rocket ship on it. What do you think you're...
Ah, là on arrive au stade où elle m'a vu voler.
Just don't make any trouble for me, okay?
Sauf que là, y a rien volé. Ok, là, y a une transition dehors. C'est quand même la baraque du jeu la plus propre que j'ai vue. Hein. Il bouffe des humains, c'est ce que je pensais. Merde, putain, ça a pas coupé le son. Ah bah vous m'avez entendu moucher. Ah j'ai entendu, ouais, je l'ai pas vu passer. Ah, mais rester pour le dîner, je fais. Ouais, ça, il bouffe. Et tu vas voir qu'ils sont tous à table, non?
But what's this? You're tracking blood into the kitchen. Oh dear. You've been nosy, haven't you?
Ouais.
Quickly, my dear. She's getting agitated. We can't let the meat spoil.
Don't worry. We'll make this quick.
One order of frickin' fan coming up.
I'll fix you right up!
2 fois je me fais avoir. Où je discute tranquillement. Bam, c'est pour ma gueule. Moi, je vais gagner du temps, je vais aller direct en haut. Oh putain, faut... Oh, face un temps de chargement ici.
You must be.
Hop, histoire d'avoir les XP avant que je récupère une clé.
Warning! At risk of overload. Too much spillage. Contaminant level too extreme. Warning! Warning!
I'm gonna be sick.
Sterling is this unit's middle name.
Non mais, ils sont puissants comment là, les mecs?
A moist towelette after your meal.
How can we...
Oh putain, ça m'a failli prendre cher.
Everybody with missing family will wonder.
Bon, on va en fouiller en haut. Mais c'était vénère la famille quand même.